in the Jungian sense, really have to individuate from tribal and collective thought. Like, is this my thought or does this belong to the collective?
Biz Culture. This is the podcast about the meaning of concepts in business.
And even, like yesterday we had this talk with Simone, and we were looking, through your topic, and I think that this whole, this idea that you mentioned about the void, which this creates this sort of, kind of this curiosity or kind of, this new something, and you have to feel that void. And I think that this is the time where a lot of people, and naturally, I think that this happens, together with this nature thing, because we all have this new year, new beginning thing, January, we all promise things, we have those, some sort of future decisions for ourselves. But this year, at least in the circle that I'm in, I've noticed that people don't have them anymore, because you don't know what to plan for, you don't know what to hope for, because what's next, you're not, because you're out of this effort, so therefore you have this some sort of a void in many things, and I have it myself. So I think that this is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the answers to many questions that I myself have. So this is something,
That's a really good point, because actually in the liminal, in that void, it's actually not about the answer. It's, can I live with the mystery?
Mm-hmm.
And so it requires this really completely different mindset, which is because we often think, well, when I suffer, I deserve a reward, or when I've been barren, I deserve the fruits the next season, and things like that. And getting out of that idea of entitlement. And I think that, to be able to, you first really, like in the Jungian sense, really have to individuate from tribal and collective thought. Like, is this my thought or does this belong to the collective? Mm-hmm. And then to be able to say, where does one's identity belong? Because I think there is the shift from identifying to a nation to identifying to humanity, and then to be able to identify, wow, planets, the Earth's role in a galaxy, can actually identify with being a galactic being. There's so many steps that we kind of have to go through. But first, I think it's like, how do you, in that void, not take it as that you've done something wrong and getting out of this binary kind of idea of looking at it, but being able to kind of understand there's this beckoning into the fertile void, which is the only place where we can dream and sing new songs. It's like Campbell would say, to change life, you've got to change the metaphor, and so I think that we're kind of, it's a symbolic universe that we live in. So we're looking at what are those new metaphors, while previously, I think it was very, left brain kind of driven, and that we could plan, and if it was on an Excel spreadsheet, it would happen that way. And I think that it's many of us have always known we can't control, but we can influence. And I think this is that beautiful dance between how are we co-creators. And I think previously we thought we were the only creators, like it was in my schedule, so it was supposed to go like this. And now I think it's actually, even in Australia, when we do the welcome to country, it's we honor the past Indigenous leaders, the present, and the emerging. It's not future, it's emerging. So the skill is, how do you go into that void to be able to sense the emergence? And so it means that it doesn't actually individually come from you. So it reorientates us in a very different relationship with the universe at the moment.